Hello everyone, I've made a quick guide for the dungeon DK3 or Guardiane Sanctuary. The guide is designed for new players who have just hit 121 and who are looking to start running nightmare dungeons. The strategy in the video will be pretty straightforward, so we're not going to be covering all the different tactics that might exist, but it should be enough to get you started. I'm going to break down the guide into 5 different sections. So firstly, we're going to talk about the Regal Kumai. Secondly, the Enchanted Riders and the first mid-cage. Thirdly, we're going to be looking at the Enchanted AI and then the Enchanted Shamans as well. And then we'll move on to the Pyramid Keeper, before lastly looking at the tactics for the final boss, the Pyramid Guardian, and then the location of the final high cage. Once you spawn in, as normal, follow the tank as they start collecting up the mobs. You're going to be looking to kill all of these in just 2 pulls. Since the mobs will cast an AoE circle, it can be really frustrating to gather them into one group. In order to do this better, you can take a sharp turn around any of the corners. This is going to cause the mobs to glitch through the wall and on top of you, messing up their pathing. In this clip you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The mobs will try to attack the tank, and as they swing, will be teleported on top of them. The DPS and Ringmaster should stand next to the tank and not directly on top of them however. This way they can avoid the AoE damage. In total you should be looking to kill between 30 and 35 Kumai across 2 different pools before you start moving on to the next mobs. After the Kumai you'll have to kill Enchanted Riders. These are a little bit trickier but still super easy. The Riders will cast a purple AoE pool on the ground that does quite a lot of damage. Follow the tank around as they collect the mobs, and once they've finished grouping them up, make sure you stack on top of them. The purple pools won't spawn on top of the target, and instead will spawn around them. If everyone is stacked on top of the tank, you actually shouldn't get hit by any of them at all. Be careful though, because positioning in Flyff can be really funky, so while it might look like you're stacked, you actually might be a few meters away. You should be able to pull all the Riders in just 2 pulls. But if you have a lower level tank, it can be a lot safer just to do it in 3. The long hallway that you branch off on will spawn the first mid cage too. So after killing the first pull of Riders, if you have a key, make sure you open the cage as well. Now we move on to the third section. For this we'll be killing both the Enchanted AI and the Enchanted Shamans. The Enchanted AI look like small lava golems. They don't do anything special, but they can hit really hard. Because of this you'll clear the rest of the mobs in either 2 or 3 pulls. You'll want to do the same thing as we did in section 1, and glitch the mobs through the wall. This will make it way easier to group them all up. Aim to kill 15 to 20 mobs in your first pull, and then try to finish off the rest of the AI in your second. Following this you'll encounter the Shamans. The Shamans look a lot scarier than they actually are, because when they get low health they'll split into more. Even though they split, the amount of damage they actually do doesn't really change. When you do get to the Shamans, your goal is going to be to finish off the rest of your kill count to bring you to the 120 total. You should only need around 20 more to finish them off if you're following the strategy in the guide, and should have no problem tanking them. Once you're finished getting your kills, there will be some mobs left over. You can choose to kill them if you like, but it's a lot faster to skip them. To skip them, ask your Ranger or Jester to run ahead of the rest of your group. They will pull the aggro of the mobs while the rest of you can run ahead to prepare for the mid-boss. Once you're a safe distance away, the Ranger or Jester can use Dark Illusion, which will reset their aggro. The Pyramid Keeper is the mid-boss in this dungeon, but he's really simple. He only has 3 mechanics. The first is a small red AoE that deals damage. If you get hit by this you lose casting speed and also attack speed. The second ability is a much bigger red AoE. If you get hit by this it will reduce your speed to 0 and make you unable to move. The last mechanic is the HP link. Just like the Siren in Envy Depths, the boss will periodically summon adds. These adds will always be HP linked with the boss. The best strategy here is just to focus the boss down to 1 HP and then switch over to the adds. Once the adds are dead, the boss will die too. The adds the boss spawns can also summon the purple pools that we saw earlier. Make sure you avoid these if you can. Once you've dealt with the Pyramid Keeper, keep following the corridor and you'll find the Pyramid Guardian. He has 4 key mechanics. The first is a big red AoE, and this is exactly the same as the Pyramid Keeper. Essentially it just reduces your speed to 0. The second mechanic is a smaller red AoE. If this hits you, you're going to get a debuff that reduces the damage you deal by about 40%. The third unique thing he does is to split into clones. Once you've dealt around 20 to 30% of his HP, he's going to make clones of himself. When he does this, your tank should look for the real one. You know it's the real one by looking at the health bars. The real one's going to have a big chunk of health missing, according to the amount of damage you've dealt, while the other clones will all be at full health. The clones are going to be casting the same AoE abilities, so it's really important that you separate him and the clones so that you can keep doing damage to him. The easiest way to do this is just by having your tank find the real one and take aggro. Once he gets the aggro, he can pull the boss to a different area. While he's doing this, your Ranger or Jester should attack the 3 clones. At the same time as your tank pulls the boss away, the Ranger or Jester will do the same thing for the clones. Once the tank and the rest of the group are safely away, the ranger who has the clones can use Dark Illusion to drop aggro and then rejoin the group. It's really important to remember though that while this is happening, the rest of the group needs to stop attacking and move away completely. If the rest of the group continues to attack, it's going to be a lot harder for the tank or for the ranger to pull aggro. There are two common ways that people manage this. Either at the start of the fight, have your tank pull the boss to one side of the room. This way when the clone spawns, the tank will pull the boss to the other side. Another way you can do it is just to tank the boss in the middle, and then when he makes the clones, have the tank pull the boss into the hallway. It might sound really confusing, but in reality all you're doing is just separating him from the clones. The last mechanic is the fan favourite HP link. The boss is going to summon ads throughout the fight. For this, just focus the boss to 1 HP and then switch over to the ads. And as normal, DPS and Ringmaster should try to position behind the boss to avoid potential cleave damage. Once the boss is dead, if you have a high key, return to the hallway just before the boss and you'll find the location of the last high cage. That's it for Guardiane Sanctuary. Let me know if you found it useful and I'll see you all in the next video.